Let's see. Okay, it appears to be live, therefore good evening. After the last attempt, which ended very sadly. New game. But skip the tutorial this time. Okay, I start with 300 blackstone. And 2 magos. I want you to have, again, the gun. And one upgrade. Lex Mechanicus is support 1. Engine CEO was the healer, Dominus is ranged. So I'm gonna go with one ranged dude. With 2 guns. And then I want the Secutor. Troop. Oh, I can use this on a troop. Oh, this could be good for servitors because otherwise they are rather useless. I'm just gonna keep it ranged for now. Okay, the rewards you get are and not fixed. This time this one gives the Curatio Claw. So I'm gonna start with this. Tech Acquisitor Scabola. I asked you on this mission because of your experience with serving alien artifacts and organisms. I'm pretty sure this is the same text though. Yeah, and so the heretics of Stygies 8 come plunder this world for its secrets. It's the same text. So I'll skip it, as I've seen this one. I think I'll leave the voice acting in. Think about it, I'll leave the wonderful tech priest voice acting in. So I want to get the glyphs, but also to go to here. Yeah, I'm not gonna read everything they say probably. But the events. Okay, the chamberhead has suffered damage from the shifting of the landscape above. Several dozen tiny beetle-shaped constructs are scurrying about as industriously as they repair the damage. Acquire a couple of scarabs. No time for deviations. Acquire plus. Acquire a lot of them. Some difficulty cord hurt a dozen of those scarabs, typo I think, into a specimen vault and cram them inside. Cognition points, a bit of blackstone. Acquired at all costs. One of the Necron war forms remains after the rest of the foreign constructs teleport away. Fades in and out of reality as if about to disappear. Wait, extrapolate. Take targeted sensor reading as the Necron as it faces out. Execute or extract. I'm gonna extrapolate. Data does not conform to reality. Sentence you do not want to hear. Okay, Necrons are awakening. Self-preservation versus curiosity. Conflict unresolved. Desirous of knowing what purpose Chamber serves. Chamber head is lined with glowing green cylinders, each pulsing with power. Air is thick and greasy, and arcs of static electricity leap from the cohort's extremities as they approach. Chamber is almost certainly extremely dangerous, but it's the only way forward. Study, slow and steady, or shut them down. Attempt to shut down. Correct application of tech law equals always successful. That's probably not the case. Cord removes the casing at the base on one of the glowing cylinders. The harmful radiation that leaks out is perhaps to be expected, but by severing the exposed circuits, the devices are shut down long enough to move through the chamber without suffering further harm. +2 awakening. Okay, I get 1 awakening whenever I switch a chamber, whenever I move to the next chamber, I believe. Nope, more. Okay, awakening of its soul, extra Necrons. Opportunity detected. Necron combat tactics, weaponry capabilities eliminated. Study required. Chamber shows signs of having been a scene of brutal gunfight. 2 Skitarii lighted with marks from Gauss blasts all over the walls. Expropriate. Eulogize. Examine. Data on the combat. Necron's mere automata equals false. Analysis: Necron combat capability greater than equal to trained human troops. Shame for live fire combat exercise impossible. Must remain a dream. Got a bit more Blackstone. Glyphs. Let's see if the glyphs remain the same. Okay, this one does. Others maybe not necessarily. This one still heals. Wonder if they're different from tomb to tomb. Xenoswarm Tactic, a Necron Warrior. Confirmed, the Redditus Cogitators now function for synthetic forms. Overwhelming excitement. Finally, we can study this standard construct. Necron Warrior. Weak spots detected, plus none equals concerning. I wonder about the symbols emblazoned on their torsos. It must... Do not underestimate. Gauss weaponry highly volatile. Is this true? I've heard our brothers and sisters of the Mechanicus have lost their lives trying to solve the mysteries of these Xenos weapons. Approach with caution. I'm pretty sure I read this for the Necron Warriors and the Flayers. And the... what were they called? Right. Get all of my servitors out. Enhanced weapons. You have... Yeah. Okay. So you're the Secutor, you're the Dominarius. Get a servitors in. You're just gonna... Troop. Oh wait, no, you're the Dominarius. You're the Dominarius. I took the wrong one. But that should mean you can shoot long. And the gun reveals the statistics, so I can use you to gather back there. It would be nice to know their ranges. He can shoot the servitor. Unfortunately, apparently my troop dude, my Secutor, is the slowest of the bunch. You are going to buff this man. Or what remains of a man. He has energy shielding. That is unfortunate because I only have energy weapons on my priests. And hide behind the obelisk. You will need a bigger gun. Okay. Get some blacks down, hide behind the tomb. Servitor gets shot. It appears you lost the buff. In which case I will delay you. I will delay you. Alright, you cannot do that again this turn. One damage, not much, but I'll take it. You were the guy above. Oh, the servo skull is next to him, so you can see it. Nah, nice touch. Will the servo skull leave now? Oh. Yeah, for the scarabs I already had those as well. What are those? Opportunity equals knowledge. Gather, must obtain, required. Scarabs detected. Source data surfacing. No life forms detected. Area safe. Continue forward. This is a bit out of order because in the tutorial you see these guys first, I'm pretty sure. Verify your cogitators and tell me what suffers from Magos Resex cogitators. So in the tutorial you see these guys first and they recalibrate the Redditor's cogitators to also detect Necrons, which don't live as such. Especially the normal warriors. Yes, punch him. Oh, he can repair? I didn't even know that. I hope that at the end of this I still have servitors, because otherwise I will not be able to deal damage to this guy. Especially now that the other dude back there has revealed himself. That he has physical armor, so not that problematic. You're gonna have to punch the scarabs. Good crit. And then you buff this man. Think about it, I should probably have shot the scarab. Through pain I found wisdom. Alright, killed the scarabs. Nice. Wait. Did I put out new ones? No. You move to here. Shoot this man again. And a crit, wonderful. And shoot this man, hope you deal damage. Holy shit! The machine spirit is plus 3 damage, okay. That's why he just straight up one-shot the man. Okay. Good to know! Why exactly there is a machine spirit for what effectively amounts to a club is another question, but... Okay, circumstance simulation confirmed disappointing. Necrons employ teleportation technology to achieve post-destruction discorporation. Interrogative. Where do the remains go? Fascination intensifies. I like this man, he looks fantastic. Upon destruction, the Necron constructs vanish, leaving no samples to be collected. Archive. Pick grabs to Necron weapons. Abandon. Analyze. For any components that might have been missed by the teleportation effect. Let's see. Necron Awakening. Extra Necron's battle. Not really all that relevant for today, for this mission. We found a refracted field generation. It's a shield generator, okay. Core is slowed down by the search, giving the enemy the chance to respond to the location. However, they uncover several samples of technology of uncertain purpose that might contain valuable materials. And mission complete. Cannot say support your conclusions, Gable. Just give him an entire list of what. Okay, took a bit of damage. Nearly all of my servitors died, but no one gives a shit about servitors. Cant of the Craft. Next physical attack. I need a physical attack of some kind. That is very readily apparent. I'm gonna skip the Destroyer mission for a bit. What is this? A spotlight. Become the priority target of enemies in range and gain +1 physical and +1 energy armor for 1 round. Interesting. Make yourself a tank. Scenerite Axe. Triggers an opportunity to deal 2 to 4 physical damage and acid deals 1 damage over 3 turns. Machine Spirit destroys armor. Can I upgrade you guys? Do I have physical weapons now? No. In this case, both of you get a Mechadendrite. If I have the Blackstone for it. Add 1 energy damage, okay, add 1 energy armor. 3 meters of movement at max HP. Energy armor. I'm gonna take the energy damage. In which case, I will actually leave you with your hands. Really sick that the augmentations actually show on the character models. I love that in a game. And you, Secutor. +2 to max HP, +20 critical chance, 1 meter movement. You take the energy armor. Wonderful. I wonder if you can upgrade enough that you can put literally any, that you can put something in literally every slot. Okay, mission. Gonna go with this one, where we have only Necron warriors. Both tech priests again. And now with the gloves and with the mask, I can maybe see from the beginning which one is the Secutor and which one is the Dominarius. Yeah, this one I also already read last time, pretty sure. Blasphemy reeks from every corner of the tomb of Agrolek. Most poetic Lecter Dogmat is wonderful. I love the flavor they added into this. I gotta shut this down before the enemy attracted to the den. But take care not to damage the machine. The servitor begins emitting a loud blaring noise, perhaps a form of tempering or damage alarm, and has been accidentally tripped. The noise is accompanied by flashing lights and random bursts of extremely pungent scents. Destroy the offender. Yeah, just rip them out. Scrutinize. Get a bit of cognition. Cognition. While traversing this chamber, the sensor servitor crosses a part of the floor that collapses under the machine's weight. The servitor is trapped at the bottom of a shaft of machinery and pipework and must be extricated. Magnetism. Sort the servitor over its magnetic levitation circuits. Mechanics fashion a system of pulleys and ropes to hold the machine out of the hole. Haul him out. So tech priests do not do things manually. To every problem a solution lies in the application of tech lore. Thus Ferrarch Asclepian wrote, and thus we have proven. I shall meditate on this revelation. A makeshift pulley system takes a long time to set up, but once in place it proves to the task of extricating the servitor from its predicament. Necron initiative increased. That is not good. And Necron Awakening, level 1. Menials shall be ritually chastised for this maintenance failure. It is imperative to get the servitor functioning again quickly. Neo-dogmatic 7190. If this will be done, let it be done quickly. Tertiary diagnostics, secondary repair, primary maintenance. Secondary repair. Thorough repairs are made to the servitor, but it takes time. The mission can only afford +2 on the awakening. Oh, initiative advantage down here, interesting. I didn't notice that the first time. This is no good, Magos. No good at all. The Xenos corruption takes physical form in this murky fog. Can anything be done? The noisome miasma of fumes from the Xenos machinery in this area is masking the servitor's sacred incense. Purge the corruption with play. Yeah, pray the corruption away. Purge. Scour it with flame. Thus the machine god answers our prayers. Exaltations 49. The Lord of Mars withers in the dark, even if thou knowest it not. Awakening again. Well, this is a 4-star. This is a 4 awakening mission then probably. Get to the glyph. Singapore. I have not seen what this does. It deals damage. Singapore. Okay. You avoid that ruin then. Necro Awakening level 3. This is non-standard behavior and speaks ill of the menials whose task was to maintain this machine. Maxims of Amalanth 5.12. Beware the deviance of thine own tools, for the enemy finds his entrance thereby. Quite unexpectedly, a previously unused voxcast unit pops out of the servitor's face panel. In a thin, synthesized voice, it attempts to engage the core in philosophical discussion. Just rip it out. Talk with it. You don't. Or examine. I will examine. You don't talk to the servitor. We will never know who tampered with this machine. If all is right, he suffered punishment for his heresy long ago. Oh, we get a scanner! Interesting. A lengthy but comprehensive diagnostic locates an invasive element in the biological cortex that contains the servitor's operating system. A data chip inserted by an unknown person many years ago. With the chip removed, the servitor sees its wayward communication and continues in silence. The biological cortex, isn't it just the brain? Could this be a form of Xenos map room? Most perturbatory. What the fuck is that kind of word? Thron knows what blasphemous notions they had about the stars. This chamber's walls are covered in elaborate star charts, covered in extensive annotations in the Necron language, suggesting their recorded journeys among the stars. Interest. Take captures of the star maps, they may prove informative. Iconoclasm. Destroy them. Our purpose is to purify the tomb and the works of the alien should not be suffered to exist. Or ignorance. Ignore them. No. Destroy. Your choice is a sage on Magos. Epigraphs Macrologica Psalm 105. Wheresoever blasphemer writes, obliterate. All units take 1 damage. The star maps are destroyed with demolition charges. The blast showers the cohort with shrapnel, but reveals quantities of valuable and rare alloys that can be collected. I believe that's everything in this tomb then. The Necrons have advantage. And awaken. So, problem. Servitors have a maximum of 4 health now. Because of the demolition charges I just did. Problem with that is that the Necrons deal about 4 damage per hit. So they can probably one-shot servitors now. Which is a bit unfortunate because I kind of need them. You wait a bit. You are the Dominarius, right? Can you, if you move over here? Yes, you can shoot at him. So you definitely have the range advantage at the moment. And by way of your fancy new armbands, fancy new gauntlets, you actually deal damage to the man. You will, first of all, buff this dude. Then move here. You're out of range, you will probably not take damage. But it charges the machine spirit, so it's okay. Oh, you crap. Nice. Okay, with the buff, these guys are actually quite fast. The buff is good. +1 damage, movement range, crit chance. That's a high level buff there. And that's another Necron warrior. And such the buff is lost. he only has physical armor. Good. Seventy 70s on Blackstone, I approve. What is this even? This is just like a storage. Oh, destroying them reduces Necron Awakening. Good to know. In which case, you punch it. So, scan it for Blackstone, then destroy it to reduce Necron Awakening. And now probably all of my oh no, he actually survived. You down there, you have an energy shield, I know that. So you get punched with a fist. Or like a crane. Technically. Power claw. Not a power claw. Power lifter? Shoot him! And shoot him again. Scan this. Also, energy shield. So I probably want my servitors on those guys. Damage up. Buff this man. Because the Necron warrior will move away to shoot, and then he'll get punched by the now buffed servitor. As well as by the not buffed servitor. Census Servitor reaches a location where the air currents through the tomb will take its sacred exudations to every corner of the tomb. The cohort guards it until its incense is fully deployed and can escort back to the tomb entrance. Lector Dogmatis is also kind of a cool title. Very least the place is less malodorous. I just noticed something. And it is that I'm an idiot. I should have probably checked that out earlier. I didn't even see that I don't have the entire game on the screen. Well, that's a bad view game. Okay. I can upgrade again. Fire command. And then Omni specs. I have two different kinds of axes. You are gonna take along a shield gem. And you get an upgrade. What do you get? Tech Protocol Soul Skull. He's 1 damage target. I'm not sure I will use that. And you... Can I give you another gun? I can unfortunately not. In case you get... You get the Omnispecs thing. Okay, new deployment. Get a Skitari again. Canoptech Acanthrite. I do not... I believe I have not seen them yet. Still do not intend to use the cans. But I'll take it for now. Potential for corruption in the tomb of Agrolech continues to vex me, Magos. Spreading of the incense was not enough. Yeah! What a concept! Fear not, Magos. The malevolence of the Necron is overwhelming. Observations on the Tech Cosmos verse 68. We are derelict in our duty whenever we allow corruption to plague the minds of good men. Then what do you suggest? Our progress in the tomb makes it possible for us to install a system of voxcasters in the structure. And what would that achieve? Lingua Technis prayers could be transmitted to the very heart of the Necron's resting place. Our troops will go everywhere bathed in the sacred binary of the Omniscia. Sayings of the Princeps 65-4. When thou desirest to discourse purely, use binary. A novel concept. Ectorog Madness is a wonderful title. I have considered your plan, Videx, and a cohort has been deployed to the area. I have personally selected the prayers of purification and and translate them into broad spectrum binary. Once the voxcasters are active, the tomb will ring to the Omniscia's word. I have the voxcaster locations plotted, Magus. I'm still uncertain if this is worth the risk to our people. One in possession of unaugmented emotional centers cannot appreciate the benefit of this operation. Gathalamorians 45-7. Above bullets, above blades, care for your soul above all. Your concerns are noted, Hepra, but you have your orders. Yes, Megas, his will be done. Our master's voice, deployment number 3. Get the glyph. This one has a lot of backtracking, a lot of dead ends. You with damage, and you were materials, I believe. This is probably the one I should use the most, unless I have already wounded troops. We have no data on the religious practice, but it Pharaoh dictates 5312. Not all data should be acquired. Chamber contains a large slab of metal that resembles an altar with the images of glowing skull-like Necron faces inscribed on the walls. Shatter it. Defile it. Ritually defile the altar. I believe I did that last time, so I'm gonna shatter it. Mensa Elementalis consulted. Non-standard material detected. Properties locked for later study. +1 on the awakening. Okay. The super dense alloy of the altar resists the demolition charges the cohort attempts to use. The troops are disheartened by the indestructible nature of the Necron altar. Glyph. Again, money. One of the voxcasters being transported by the cohort begins emitting strains of music from an unknown source. Music sounds like it is of human origin, but it could interfere with the binary transmission. Shame, seek, or stifle. I shall chastise the offender in person. Maxime's Metallica 7612. From such small heresies are great apostasies made. Oh, initiative minus. Wonderful. The music proves to be stemmed from a non-standard cranial augmenting in one of the Skitari soldiers, which he has altered to play the music. Awakening level 2. Not too bad yet. Enemy rushes to action and administrations cause him fear. A swarm of tiny scarab-like constructs emerges from the apertures in the walls and begins scurrying all over the voxcaster, chewing through its casings with their steel mandibles. Punish with the code's melee weapons. Purge with the righteous application of flame. Punish them. Take a bit of damage. The cohort's communications pick up a transmission played in binary adjacent Xenos language that can be interpreted as a distress signal. It is originating from next chamber and is transmitted only in a very local area. Engage! Maybe it's something Void Admiral Agrolak recorded for his amusement. The destruction of an enemy ship, perhaps. There is no reply to the cohort's attempt to answer the distress signal. It proves to be a looping record, apparently from a Xenos ship's last moments. The cohort's attempts to make contact disturb the local noosphere. How do you say that word? Noosphere? Noosphere? Alerting the tomb's Necrons to their presence, +1 awakening. So we're up to 3. As soon as we enter that room, to be specific. Necrons reanimate 1 turn faster. What is this vile mix of flesh and machine? It's the flare, which again you can't see because wonderful placement. Okay, this is new. Catafront battle server armor not thick enough. Castellans proving equally ineffective. Must find weakness before we connection lost. This one is new. It appears the Xenoswarm triggered a fragmented recording from Raysack. Indeed, it appears we'll have a tough time using heavily armored forces against the specimen. Maybe we can use their strength against them. Wise words, Dominus. Okay, what is this? This is the Canoptech thing. You. Dominarius, go here. Magos, go here. I do not have cognition. So I'm gonna have to gather up some of that first. Move here. What do you do? Scan them. Oh, and it immediately responds damage with the scan. Ah, good to know. But it doesn't tell me anything about the capabilities. Okay, the flare is down. Probably not the best hiding spot, but I'll have to do. You go and get cognition. Then you go and get cognition from over there. You do not get to shoot. So move here. How big is this field? It's centered around around himself. Okay. So what do you do? Acid and physical damage. There's another flayed one. Those flayed ones have arrows pointing to a specific man. Is that their attack path? Critical 4 damage. And the machine spirit again. Another crit. I have not seen their specific what they do good. I also didn't expect him to two-shot that thing. Then go grab some more cognition. This one will wake up again. Not much I can do against that. Not from this position. And I see a Necron warrior says hello. Oh, do they always focus the last guy that hit any of them? Do the flares always focus the last guy to shoot one of them? That could be. Okay, now kill all enemies. Get some servitors out again. You delay your turn. You can't shoot through the servitor. shoot the one on the ground. You have a lot of range. You cannot shoot him from here, but you can shoot him from there. Did not expect him to die. Just slap him away. Servers deal a lot more damage than anticipated. You should be able to reach. This could very well come. Didn't, but I could have. Such sweet music is the chatter of binary that has no tongue to lie. Volume alpha alpha, leave the volume the same. Omega, turn it up to maximum. Let his bird be exalted to the 11th degree. Voxcast's maximum volume turns out to be tremendous indeed, shattering some of the Necron sarcophagi in the area. The warrior forms contained within will not be attacking in the foreseeable future. Unholy lair of the alien now rings to the words of the Omniscia. Epigrams of Saint Eucalsus 389. Protect the shield of the mind, and the body will be shielded thereby. Lector Dogmatis. Exploration of Silver Temple should be executed with a view to the destruction of all traces of the alien. So, this one I don't know how relevant that is, but considering, I believe this one has a shorter range than the Necron Warriors. Kind of the craft, so now I can use other crafts. I'm pretty... Oh! Mission progress, Agrolax sector, Epicropus sector. We have 4 more it appears. And competing voices. So, cohort, can I upgrade? I should be able to upgrade, yes. So you take Angered Spirit. Machine Spirit attacks deal +2 damage. Oh no, first you take a bit of clothing. 3 to max HP, 2 to max HP. So this one is just straight up better than this one. Well, it's a different slot. As you're the weapons guy, you don't really need movement. And I have not unlocked a secondary weapon yet. Oh, I like the look of that. You can see that he doesn't have a heart. Executor gets 4 max HP, movement, a bit of crit chance. Take the crit chance. Those gauntlets also look sick. Well, I believe they're more like actual arms instead of gauntlets. Okay, I get there is a Carrion Ruststalker here. And an additional Tech Priest. Death Marks. Death Marks should be annoying if if they're like accurate. If they're accurate, they should be very annoying. Next to armor, attacks ignore all armor is good. Physical damage, I take the heal as last. I done all the kind of the craft things, like complete without using Mechanicus. So I try to remember that they exist now. That he is. Collapse the tomb on them first. So I believe this is the last mission I did before I tried to mess with the rebellion on the ship. So how does this look? This one's a bit out of the way. I think I'll go this way through. Chastisement. I love the look of this man. A woman. I don't know. Chastisement of the menials on the case as Mechanicus will follow. Failure of maintenance observations inexcusable. Detonator of this charge appears to be a dud. Somebody must have neglected to perform the required anti-corrosion rates. Replace. But the whole batch is not effective. We will repair it. Cord uses saccharide to replace corroded wires and blesses the work with a tap of the anointed pneumo wrench. The detonator works perfectly, vindicating their faith in the teachings of the Nisha. Several Necron skulls carved into the walls of this chamber, all arranged looking at a central pedestal holding up a globe. Yeah. I thought this the first time, but that is very obviously just a trap. Presence has been detected. Glyph. This one was damaged, this one was money. Is this room just empty? Yes, it is. Okay. Do not want to end the mission yet. And walking back and forth apparently isn't that relevant for the Tomb's Awake level. Only entering new rooms? Apparently. Apparently you get like 2 every 2 rooms. The explosive charge is put in place, but minuscule Necron scarab constructs emerge from the apertures in the walls, evidently intent on devouring the explosive before they can go off. Bug exterminations, cork the vents, or explosive hates. Exterminate them. The cohort sets about enthusiastically destroying the scarabs, which emit a satisfying crunch underfoot. While hunting down the last sculling remnants, the cohort uncovers a hitherto unnoticed fist-sized sculpture of a Necron head, which is made of precious metals that can be repurposed. The process takes a long time, but the charge is set off without an incident. So we have increased initiative for the Necrons. Maybe we can counteract it with the next few events. Skitari units holding the Tomb of Acropus are suffering communications glitches, and one unit has run a cable to the command post to stay in touch. This cable runs across the chamber head, and it's obvious it has become severed, potentially cutting the unit off from the rest of the Skitari force. You know what, let's just see if we can find them. Necron Awakening is up by 2 and by 1. The cohort repairs the cable and spends the next while searching for the Skitari unit. They find the Skitari laying dead at their post, victims of a Necron ambush, their bodies sheared open by Gauss fire. Their efforts in vain pushes the cohort dangerously close to despair. Could be worth checking this out. This damage to him might give us some information on how best to bring down the target area of the tomb. The chamber head is partially collapsed with a dangerously sagging ceiling and appears highly dangerous. Avoid the hands of fate. Cohort forges a path around the damaged area, but in doing so travels through parts of the tomb well traveled by the Necrons and reveal their position to the enemy. Awakening increased by 1. So we will possibly end this with 4 or maybe even 5% awakening. Fascinating. Could this be some event from the distant history of the Necron race? I have heard rumors of such a mythology among the theories about the Necrons, but confirming it could be a breakthrough. On the wall of this chamber is inscribed a complex design resembling a star map, but the stars are depicted being consumed by ill-defined entities of swirling light and shadow. Examine, archive, or erase the records. Obliterate to steal. It is a relic of Xenos mythology and hence blasphemous. The cohort opens fire an inscription, ripping the images apart. A burst of radiation floods the chamber and contaminates the cohort, who must withdraw before they become fatally irradiated. Everyone took a damage. And this is a glyph. Take the healing glyph. This did nothing? So there are runes that do nothing. I had hoped that would be the healing glyph. On the positive side, a lot of my people have a lot of armor, at least energy armor, which is what the Gauss blasters have been doing today. The scarabs not, however. This is a very unfortunate start. Get some ranges out. Spread out the units. And start. Four damage. That's unfortunate. They do quite a lot of damage. Especially since their turn is always prior to mine. Quite annoying. So, as sad as it is, you will need to leave immediately. Yes, you will get an opportunity attack, but you cannot really do anything else. Now, shoot the flare. Then do it again. Kill him with the servo skull. You please shoot the scarabs. Then you can move here. Can I set waypoints? No. No, I cannot. You, first of all, we will restore a bit of HP. Then you collect cognition. Then you activate this thing to reduce the damage, and then you move away. Damage absorbed, wonderful. Then you can shoot. Unfortunately, you didn't kill him entirely. But you should be able to now shoot this one. I wonder if there are if there will be troops that can shoot multiple times in a turn, or if that is reserved for tech priests. Necrons reanimate one turn faster. It means the Flayer is back, and he's found friends. Okay, Flayer is not back yet. This is the top one. You know what? First, kill the Flayer. And I would like to kill the Scarabs. Because the Gauss blasters have until now dealt energy damage, which literally all of my units are armored against. Also, shield has absorbed an additional damage. Go here, shoot the bug. Shoot him again. Then, if I use this now, how many targets can I... Both can shoot him. Okay. Fortunately, it did not kill him. Get the cognition. Take damage. You finish that warrior. And get in cover. Lifeform sudden appearance on aspect unexpected. So this is a death mark. They will probably outrange me. Diagnosis. Possible tech. Form list. Teleportation. Warp travel. Unknown. This is no form of warp travel. The telepathic board has reported no disturbance near the planet the whole time we've been here. Alternate dimensional shift. Teleportation. Unknown. Teleport. I like how he can just turn around 180 degrees. Teleportation, tech too volatile, no power science, no lightning, no singe marks. Too deep for teleportation. Alternate dimensional shift, unknown. We know there is only the immaterium and real space. Scriptures have written about only these two for millennia. Note in conclusion. Unknown. Log. Disappointment. Desire for answers must be fulfilled. So. The Deathmark will probably outrange us. And by quite a lot. Get me more Skitari on the fields. The Flare has already targeted my Dominarius. You deal 1 damage to this Necron to make him disappear. And then I will shoot this thing. Because killing it should allow... should reduce the awakening level a bit. Machine Spirit. Yes. He outranges me quite a bit, and he... Phase shift. Yeah! Overwatch. Well, this is unfortunate. So he basically shot one of my guys teleported himself closer and then went in Overwatch. On the plus side, he's really squishy, apparently. Like, not all that much more than a normal warrior. Players moving. I'd like to have Overwatch for my guys. Tech priest in the way. Oh, whenever you shoot him, he just leaves. And if you move, he'll just straight up shoot you. And he's out of range. Well, that's unfortunate. So this guy is definitely a target for the everybody shoot the man. Get my last Skitari out over here. He cannot, so I think the Overwatch is a cone. Because if I'm in range for him, he's in range for me. So it's really good to remove him fast. Shoot at this thing a bit. And move in a shooting position. You delay your turn. You come over here. Then you already are in a shooting position. Can you shoot this? Yes, you can. I probably should not have wasted a machine spirit on that, but you know what. Now, you shoot this man twice. So I'm thinking the flares are probably really easy to just bait, to just kite. Apparently still out of range of those guys. How much range do you have? Move ahead. You delay your turn again. Oh, the flare actually came that far. Huh. Didn't Skitari have crit chance? Yes, 5%. Not that much. You should be in range. You finish the flare. And we'll probably move ahead and just order all of our Skitari to shoot at the last man. Only one is not in range. Unfortunate. And he has energy armor. Okay. Still done 5 damage. Not bad. Which one is the first Skitari? This one. Buff him. Are they still not in range to shoot back? Okay, last division charge brings down another section of the tomb. The most heavily used routes around the tomb are now cut off, and the Necrons will be forced to fight on Skitari terms from now on. We will profit nothing on this world if our troops on the ground cannot keep the tombs open until we can ascertain the threat they contain. It is simple logic, Subdomina. Yes, Skitari, we are used to being disposable. No one is disposable so long as they do the Omniscia's work. Thus it is written. Except, again, servitors. Sicarian Ruststalker level 1. But most importantly, additional tech priests. Shroud Psalm. The next attack will break 2 energy armor. Okay. Cohort. Sicarian Ruststalker. Gain plus 5% critical chance per attack done in this battle. Holy shit! Single target melee attack. Attack ignores armor. Triggers an opportunity attack. Deals 3 to 5 damage direct. I expected them to ignore armor. If those are the guys I remember from the lore. From the bits and pieces of lore I know. Then they really do not care for armor. I will make you... This is the heavy weapons guy, I believe. Wait, which one? All cognition points for monsters. You are the cognition point man. You are heavy weapons, yes. Cognition points, physical armor. Plus 2 damage to all Patek priests. Master Refractor. You are basically the heavy. And you are the melee. I will bring a melee along. Wait, single target melee attack. This triggers an opportunity attack. These 3 to 5 physical damage. And destroys 1 energy armor and physical armor. You do the same, except you deal 2 to 4 physical damage and apply a dot. So I'm gonna bring you along. And you get 2 additional Mechadendrites after the next upgrade. Physical armor, movement, physical damage. You get the HP and physical armor. Then, escape, avoid all opportunity attacks. You are... Is this just a passive? Because it doesn't show up here, so I'm assuming it's a passive. That would be good. You will receive the Curatio Claw to heal yourself. And keep a bit of the Blackstone to afford Skitari. So, I wanna check. Damage sustained during warp transit forced Caster's Metallic and to vent much of its fuel reserves. Quartermaster, he's the Quartermaster, okay. Rowe suggests acquiring a supply of isotopic material from the Tomb of Agrolek to serve for use as fuel on the Caster's Mechanicum. Agrolek, UA Agrolek 2, UA Cropus. Ah, what are the rewards? You're the Occultaris. Skitari Vanguard Alpha. Again, one additional slot for mission deployment. This would be really good to have. I will ignore this one for now. Save the Oculus Topograph. Unit of Skitari is sculpting a topographic surveying device has become trapped in the Tomb of Agrolek. Subdominant Kepra has requested a code to reach the unit and send it to Oculus Topographus. I'm just thinking. I probably want you to actually, instead of the healing claw, I want you to have this Omnispecs. Because using that, you can reduce the enemy's hit chance on you, and you can take Mechadendrite. You can take the refractor field as well, while you take the Curatio Claw. And we're gonna go with this for additional deployment. So we have Necron Immortals, Flayed Ones, Canoptech Acanthrites, and Necron Warriors. They also cost 17. I'm gonna bring all 3 of you, 2 of you, and 1 of these. And it's 10 HP, that's not bad. We'll break 2 energy armor. The +9 physical attack is a bit overkill at the moment, I'm pretty sure. Break 2 energy armor. We have a problem, Magos. It is doubtful you would seize my attention with such alacrity were they going to plan subdomin. Correct. One of my Skitari units is escorting an Oculus Topographus to produce fuller interior scans of the Tomb of Agrolek. They have become bogged down by Necron attacks and are cut off. They will surely perish if they do not get immediate support. And the Oculus. It will be lost too. And yes, I'm aware it is worth a lot more than any of my soldiers' lives. The technology is more important. Humans are replaceable. The last communications from the Skitaris said they were under heavy fire and trying to prepare a defensive position. Since then they've gone dark. They're either dead or the architecture of the tomb is interfering with their comms again. Both possibilities reduce the percentage chances of the Oculus Topographus being recovered. Which is why I need your tech priests on the Smuggers. We have to move with speed and a hell of a lot of firepower. That I can supply. We advance immediately. Deployment number 5. Where is it? Over there. I'm gonna take the long way around. Not a good sign for it to have become separated. Perhaps it was damaged by enemy fire. In any case, it might contain some useful data. A malfunctioning servo skull drifts around this chamber, trailing sparks. It looks like one that accompanied the unit escorting Oculus Topographus. Secure is the chamber for trying to recover the server skull. Retrieve, extract the data-medium chip and leave the skull itself behind. It may have become contaminated with Xenos data. Or acquire. Recover the server skull and return it to the caster's Mechanicus for recycling. The cohort checks out the chamber, which proves devoid of the enemy. During the search, however, the server skull shorts out and drops to the floor, after which it can be claimed easily. Apparently the server skull is made from Blackstone. Be wary, Magos. Remember Admonitions Mechane 316. Seek not the words of the Xenos, lest they infect us with blasphemy. A Voxcast unit somewhere in the tomb nearby is broadcasting streams of code, possibly a Necron transmission. This could be a Necron communications device, and destroying it could disrupt their capacity to coordinate their attacks. Eliminate, exploit. Find the device and attach a spare comms unit to it, so the transmission can be decoded and examined on the caster's Mechanicus. I will do that.
I am the Void Admiral, Lord Agrolic, Dominator of the skies and Overlord of the stars. By my fleets shall the light of the Necrons banish the stain of biological life, extinguished all, extinct in totality, bleached and clean and perfect for the Necron Empire.
The disturbing transmission is rapidly purged from the caster's Mechanicus, but not before it has caused dismay and fear among the crew and the troops on the ground. Why would you Why exactly would they just broadcast the message to the entirety of their crew? This is something I would not have done. The corpse of one of the Skitari squad lies at the entrance to this chamber, evidently cut down by Necron fire while trying to provide a rearguard for the rest of his unit. Mark this passing. Pray for his mortal soul. Cleanse. Or scavenge. Mark the passing. Extra Necrons a battle. Okay. The cohort says a few words of prayer for the fallen Skitari. Though many have and will fall in these tombs, there is no reason to eschew the basic rites of passing for this one. The cohort takes solace from the fact that if they were to fall, someone might perform the same service for them too. Additional awakening. Unfortunate. Touch the glyph. This is healing, I remember. If it is still healing, this is money. Money. Necrons reanimate one turn faster. Touch the glyph. I do not know these ones. This panel controls a heavy door leading to a treasure room beyond which is filled with cognition. If we can work out the commands, then we can read the rewards within. I'll try this one. A container of some sort that seemingly has raw binary seething within it. Clearly it is of Xenos origin. Sparks of data leak through the HC and used to contain the treasure within. Ah, cognition points. Wonderful. The chamber ahead is covered in dust and debris, which clearly shows the track of the Oculus Topographus. It is clear it went this way, and the trail it left could be followed by the cohort to reach its location as quickly as possible. Follow the trail, but slowly in case the enemy expects Mechanicus troops to be following the Skitari unit. I do not think the Necrons care. Avoidance. Avoid the trail entirely, in case the enemy has used it to set up an ambush. Haste. Follow the trail with all speed. Caution. The cohort follows the trail warily. In doing so, they give flanking Necron units the time to catch up. Gauss fire streaks through shadows, peppering the cohort with the teleportive energy blast before they can fall back away from the trail. It's one of the Oculus Topographus beacons. It employs them to help it scan an area. It could already have started mapping the tomb. There could be no more nearby, if you think it's worth finding them. A deployable beacon lies at an intersection of passageways. The beacon trap. The Necrons might be interested in the beacon too. Booby trap it to punish the Necrons for their inquisitiveness. You don't destroy tech. Forsake for the mission. Do not search for more beacons. The data may contain is not worth holding up the missions. Forage beacon data. Search for more beacons and discover them. Yes. Extra Necrons in battle. The cohort searches the area and locates 2 more beacons, pausing to extract the information from each. The Necrons, however, closing in and quickly become aware of the code's location. Already at 4. But I believe I'm basically done. Glyph. You should be healing? A container of some sort that seemingly has raw binary seething within. So this is the same. But it healed me for 1 HP for each unit. So, Immortal should be more powerful. Mortal should be more powerful here. New template detected. Observing. Excitement statement. How glorious. The Xenos vary their weapons. Plus Tesla weapon tech. They do not show signs of the Promethean flame attack, which only shows the inferior steps in technological advancement. I recall that in Xenos and the Ken, V00101001, the Xenos. Not Malvides. We've dealt with Immortals for a while now. They're proving to be a worthy threat. Now they have separate weapon pattern. This is most concerning for our troops, sire. Troops are of little concern. Mission is always priority over bio-life forms. Scan or destroy. Okay. This platform moves around. But if I see this correctly, I could probably just make a weapon line here. I want both of you out. Movement reduced. So, the Immortal is the beefier one here. Apparently has a bit more range. I'm assuming it has a lot more HP, considering the name of Immortal. Dominaries will move here. Grab a bit of cognition here. And put out the refractive field. And then shoot a bit. So the Mortal, it just shot, it dealt AoE damage, but not all that much. Like, this one took 2 and this one took 1. Good shot. You will buff this man, and then you will order all of them to shoot this Immortal. He has 3 energy armor. Oh shit. Can you even get in range to shoot him? Only barely. In that case, shoot the flare. grab the cognition. I forgot to give you a ranged weapon. And all of your weapons require cognition. Okay. You move here for now. Shoot the flare. Unfortunately not immediately dead. So I won't get cognition from him. Necrons reanimate 1 turn faster. Awakening 5. Are there like 8 levels maximum? Ow. But all of them absorb the damage. So as expected. He can shoot good, but not that much. And now, Cantic Burst. Next attack will break 2 energy armor. Everybody pray. Then we shoot him. Take out the flare. For a bit of cognition. Move to the side a bit. Move ahead to also shoot at the flare. Your damage is lacking. But then again, you are not supposed to be a damage dealer. You are a fast boy. And you will move here. Then you will punch a man. I wonder, will he die to the acid damage next turn? I will not risk it. Even if it costs me a cognition. Alright, the scarabs can repair things. So I'm currently not really all that scared of the Immortal. He has AoE, yes, but it's very low energy damage. So the Skitari took 2 damage, the damage was absorbed by the Tech Priest. Compare the damage this guy deals to but like he hit 2 targets and it dealt 2 damage. This one hit 1 target and it dealt 3 damage. Kill the scarabs. Then move on with you. You shoot this one. Right, your movement has been reduced. In that case, you will just gather this up and move a bit forward. You move to this point for the cognition. So they can actually not opportunity attack this guy. Reduces lost bits of armor. Gather cognition. And hit him again. And then move to this Necron warrior. And I forgot that he will just reanimate, yeah. Should have punched him again. Shoot this guy. Down the Immortal. Unfortunately, the Immortal will be up as next. Damage absorbed. One Skitari took 1 damage, the rest was absorbed. 2 damage with acid. You are on prior to the next Necron warrior, okay. But first, the Dominarius? Yes. Whose movement has also been reduced. Still can shoot the warrior. Okay, if I see this correctly, they will only reanimate once. At least for now. And the second time they're shot or killed, they will not reanimate, they will die. Skitari still just have insane range. First of all, Litany of Life. Heal yourself. Then hit him. Damage was absorbed. This is 6. This is 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. The damage from the damage from axe itself was absorbed, but the acid damage should still tick. Oh, a new group of scouts showed up. Shoot him, stop him from reawakening. Second shot on the scarabs. So now basically I'm just moving along to grab this scan thing. And you should, yeah, you are able to reach it, no problem. Get me a bit of blackstone. Oh. And we found new friends. Which means you scan that. Hit this thing, hope it gets destroyed by the acid. This one has 3 physical armor, which is not all that much of a deal. I also just learned that the enemies have the option to crit. If I move you here, you can shoot. I need you to get a moving range and shooting range. And then you will shoot him. I probably should have shot him with the other gun. Then I need to be in range apparently. But in vision. I need to see him. Which makes sense, I guess. Cannot see him, okay. But the Skitari can. Okay. Immortal's a bit more armored. Mission complete. The cohort defends the location of the lost Skitari unit, enabling them to move the Oculus topographers back out of the tomb and towards Skitari lines. The troops sent a valuable surveying device. The escort are saved from perishing in the tomb of Agrolech. The squad survivors are back at our lines and the Oculus has been salvaged. We have been set back in our exploration of the tomb of Agrolech, but not nearly so far as we would have been if the unit had been lost. Is the Oculus topographers providing data? It is fully functional, although at this stage I can report nothing other than that the tomb of Agrolech is huge. This shall be factored into future missions. Ensure I am apprised of further developments, the Subdomina. It is 10 PM. As such, I will probably stop for now. Also, I'm already at 21%, which is not nice, which is not good to be. One additional slot for mission deployment. Wonderful. 21%. Skitari Vanguard Alpha level 1. Linear life. Restore 10 HP on the active unit. Good to have. New Canticle. Litany of the Electromancer. Next 4 attacks will ignore all armor. And Blessings of the Omniscia. Gain 3 cognition points. Tutelage of Momentum. Plus 5 movement for 1 round. Only for the one active? Or stride across the stars and spread with you the word of the Machine God. Ubjao sector located. Whereas the other tombs are sterile, this one is grossly fecund with the union of life and death. The first scouting maniples who enter are overwhelmed by the appalling stench. They walk straight into a charnel house. Biological remains plaster every wall and floor. Some are creatures indigenous to Silver Tenebris, but others are unmistakably human, presumably from the former colonist of St. Eckart's Hope. The decay begins instantly as the sealed atmosphere of the tomb is breached. A metallic skittering heralds something even worse waiting in the tomb. In this pit of disease and death, even the mind of a tech priest is vulnerable before its horror. This sounds like the Flayers live there. Wait, is this a Skitari level? Skitari Angel level 2? Oh. Power field generator. Is this a better one? Plasma caliber. Fires in a straight line passing through all units. Cognition cost 3. Basically a railgun. Nice to know. Death marks, acanthrites, and warriors at the Void Admiral Agrolek himself. The Skitari have located the burial chamber of Void Admiral Agrolek. Prime Hermeticon Captrix advocates leading a mission to destroy the Necron Lord and strike a blow against the Necrons in the tomb of Agrolek. Okay. Otherwise, the Ubjao sector. What other missions do I have? This one still wants oil. And gives me plasma culverin. Servitor level 2. I actually want to know what a level 2 servitor does. And we get the Gauss Gamma pistol. Ionized radiation meets a naive understanding of Necron Gauss tech. The Xenorites have managed to ionize Gauss-like demolecularization structures and compact them into a handheld weapon. The heresy involved with creating such a device has led to wide debate over morals within laws of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Hunt and kill all flayed ones. Yeah, the Ubjao sector seems like the flayed ones really like it there. This one gives me the Cogocultaris from the Mouth of Malediction. Counter-transmission has flooded Tomb of Urgarek with Necron data. Lectoragmatus Videx has requested the source of this transmission be located and destroyed. Then you give me cognition max size increased. Necron destroyed. This will be probably next one, but not today, but next time. Okay, therefore, as it is done, I bid you good night.